Good morning, my dear students. Today we will discuss the module 6 in unit 1 of linear algebra and differential calculus. In this module, we will discuss the mainly in the Gram-Smith orthonormalization process. Before we are going to Gram-Smith orthonormalization process, we'll look into that what is orthogonal vectors and orthonormal vectors. We say that two vectors are orthogonal if they are perpendicular to each other. That means the dot product of two vectors are 0. If suppose it has a set of n vectors, how could you say that those are orthogonal? We say that those are orthogonal only if each disjoint pair is orthogonal to each other. That means if we consider v1, v2, v3 are set of vectors, then v1 dot v2 is 0, v2 dot v3 is 0, v3 dot v1 is 0. Then each disjoint pair is orthogonal. Then we say that the set of vectors are orthogonal to each others. Now the set is orthogonal. Now we go through an example. The set of vectors 1, 0, minus 1, 1, root 2, 1, 1 minus root 2, 1 is mutually orthogonal. Just let us check that each disjoint pair is orthogonal or not. Here v1 dot v2, that means 1, 0, minus 1 dot 1 root 2, 1, which is 0 because 1 into 1 is 1, 0 into root 2 is 0, minus 1 into 1 is minus 1. So 1 plus 0 minus 1 is 0. Similarly, the dot product of v2 dot v3 and v3 dot v1 is also 0. Then these set of vectors are orthogonal. Now we are moving into orthonormal. The set of vectors S is orthonormal if every vector in S has magnitude 1 and the set of vectors are orthogonal. Here a small difference in between orthogonal and orthonormal. Set is orthogonal means each disjoint pair is orthogonal or perpendicular. Orthonormal means each disjoint pair is orthogonal and also the length of the each vector is 1. Then we say that the set is orthonormal. We'll look into the problem. The same problem which we discussed in the last case. That's v1, v2, v3 are these vectors. These are orthogonal, already we proved here. Now we are converting those orthogonal vectors into orthonormal vectors. For here we consider u1, u2, u3 are orthonormal vectors corresponding to orthogonal vectors v1, v2, v3. For that u1 is equals to v1 by modulus of v1. That means just divide a vector with its length of that vector. v1 is a orthogonal vector, so v1 by modulus of v1. So which is modulus of v1 means square root of 1 square plus 0 square plus minus 1 whole square. That means root 2. So 1 by root 2 into v1, that is 1 0 minus 1. So 1 by root 2 0 minus 1 by root 2. Similarly find u2 and v2. That means divide u2 as v2 by modulus of v2. v3 u3 as v3 by modulus of v3. Now the set u1, u2, u3 are orthonormal. Each linearly independent vectors we can convert into a orthogonal. If suppose we set of linearly independent vectors are there, then we can convert into orthogonal. And how can you convert? That orthogonal vectors have a vital role, plays a vital role in image processing and image compressions. Okay, in image compressions, we are using a decomposition. In one of the decomposition is QR decomposition. In those QR decomposition, we are using this orthonormal vectors. In that, for finding a QR process, we are using or we are converting linearly independent vectors to orthogonal vectors. In that process, we are using Gram-Smith process. Now we are discussing about the Gram-Smith process. So in this Gram-Smith process, we are using a projection of U on V that already we discussed in the last class. Once again, I recollect. Projection of V bar on U bar means, see, I have you two types of projections are there. It's already we discussed. That is, if we consider this one is U bar and this one is our V bar. So projection of V bar on U bar, vector projection of V bar on U bar is V bar dot U bar by modulus of U bar square into U bar. That already we discussed in the last module. Now we are using here projection of U bar, projection of V bar on U bar in Gram-Smith process. So here now we discuss with the Gram-Smith process. So here mainly this Gram-Smith process is to reduce the set of linearly independent vectors to orthogonal vectors and then orthonormal vectors. Here we consider V1, V2 and so on Vn be a set of n linearly independent vectors in R power n. That means the dimension is n. Then we can construct an orthonormal set of vectors as follows. Here we consider, so this is V1 and this is V2 and this is V3 and this is V4. All these are, this is V1, this is V2, this is V3, this is V4 and so on. So all these are linearly independent vectors. Now we are converting into orthogonal vectors. Further, just I am considering a vector V1 is this one and another linear independent vector V2 is this one. Now I want to find a vector set of vectors U1, U2, U3 and so on are perpendicular to each other or orthogonal to each other by using the span of or linear combination of V1, V2, V3 and so on. For that, first I am considering U1 is equals to V1. In all those linearly independent vectors, I fix one vector as V1. That V1 is equals to U1. This is equals to my this is my U1. I am considering V1 as U1. Okay. So now I want to find out a vector which is perpendicular to U2. This is our U1. This is U1. This is our U1. Now I find out a vector U2 which is perpendicular to U1. This is our vector V2. Okay. So how could you find out this vector V2? From the triangle which is U1 plus U2 is equals to V2. Then U2 is equals to our, it's already there here, U2 is V2 minus, this V2 minus U1. Here what is U1? This is U1 means projection of U2, vector projection of V2 on U1. So here U1 means vector projection of V2 on U1. Yeah. Based on that, U2 becomes V2 minus projection of V2 on U1. Here simply write the formula for this one. What is the projection of V2 on U1 means? V2 bar dot V1 bar by modulus of U1 bar whole square into U1. So then simply substitute this projection value here, then you will get U2. After finding U2, then you can find the orthonormal vector of U2 just by dividing U2 by with its length, that is U2 by modulus of U2. Similarly, the same logic is applied for the three-dimensional. Here U1 and U2 are orthogonal to each other. Now we find out another vector U3. This is, I need to find out this vector U3 which is perpendicular to both U1 and U2. So that for that one, just we using the same logic which we used in two-dimensional, that let U3 is equals to V3 minus projection of V3 somewhere. V3 is somewhere here. V3 is somewhere here. This is our V3. Now we find this is our V3. But I want to find U3 which is perpendicular to U1 and U2, which is a linear combination of U1, U2 and U3. Okay. For that, U3 is equals to V3 minus projection of V3 on U1 minus projection of V3 on U2. Just using this formula, we can find U3 and so on up to UN. After finding all these orthogonal vectors, then find out orthonormal vectors. For finding orthonormal vectors, just simply divide the orthogonal vector with its length of the vector. That means U1 by modulus of U1, U2 by modulus of U2, U3 by modulus of U3 and so on. So all these are orthonormal vectors. Here V1, V2, Vn are considered as linearly independent vectors. By using this, we are finding here these are linearly orthogonal vectors. By using linearly independent vectors, here we are finding orthogonal vectors and then normalize the vectors just by dividing the orthogonal vector with its length. Now we are going to some example. If we are considering three linearly independent vectors, if you want to find the orthogonal of these three vectors, orthonormalization of vectors, first we need to check that these V1, V2, V3 are linearly independent or not. For that, just find the determinant that is not equals to 0. Then this set of vectors are linearly independent. So here, find the det of 1 minus 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. Each vector is written as a column of the matrix and find the determinant which is equals to 1, which is not equals to 0. So these set of vectors are linearly independent. Now we find out orthogonal vectors corresponding to V1, V2, V3. For this, simply consider U1 as V1, same as the first vector, 1 minus 1, 1. Just find the orthonormal vector, E1 as U1 by modulus of U1, which is square root of modulus of U1 means square root of 1 square plus minus 1 square plus 1 square, which is root 3. So U1 by mod UN, which is 1 by root 3 into 1 minus 1, 1. After that, you can find a vector U2, which is perpendicular to U1 or V1. So U2 is V2 minus projection of U2 on V1. So what is the formula for projection of U2 on V1? Projection of V2 on U1 means V2 dot U1 by norm modulus of U1 square into U1. Okay, V2 dot. What is our V2? V2 is given as 101. So 101 dot U1. U1 is this one, 1 minus 1, 1 by modulus of U1 square. Modulus of UN is root 3. So modulus of UN square is 3. That is 2 by 3 into the vector U1. After finding this vector projection of V2 on UN, projection of V2 on U1, just substitute that value here in this formula. Then you find out U2. U2 is V2 minus projection of V2 on U1. Then you will get U2 as this one. After finding this, once observe this, U1 and U2 are orthogonal or not. Just multiply. 1 into 1 by 3 is 1 by 3. 2 by 3 into minus 1, minus 2 by 3. 1 into 1 by 3 is 1 by 3. Just 1 by 3 minus 2 by 3 plus 1 by 3. Then it becomes, the total becomes 0. So U1 and U2 are orthogonal. Then we go through the next step. Find the next orthogonal vector which is perpendicular to U1 and also U2. This one. U3 is V3 minus projection of V3 on U1 minus projection of V3 on U2. Just find the projection of V3 on U1 as V3 dot U1 by modulus of U1 square into U1. That becomes 2 by 3 into 1 minus 1, 1. Next we find projection of U3 on U2. That means V3 dot U2 by modulus of U2 square into V2, which gives 5 by 2 into 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 1 by 3. Now substitute these values in the formula U3. Then you will get minus 1 by 2, 0, 1 by 2 as the vector. After finding this, again you will check that U1 dot U3 is 0 and U2 dot U3 is 0 or not. If you are not getting 0 means you did some mistake somewhere in the calculations. So once again recheck and again find U3, and after verification then you convert into a normalization vectors. Okay. Now after verification U1 dot U2 and U2 dot U3 and U3 dot U1 is equals to 0. After verifying that your vectors are orthogonal, then you convert or you can find the ortho normalization of that vectors, just dividing the vector with its length. Here I am giving one example or one problem for you. You can try yourself. So consider the vectors 3, 0, 4, minus 1, 0, 7, 2, 9, 11. Check that the vectors are linearly independent and use Gram-Schmidt process to find orthogonal vectors. Okay, students, have a good luck. Thank you.